welcome to Faithful Grace Studio. I'm Mindy. I'm the creator here at Faithful Grace, and today I thought I would show you the results of some experiments. I keep seeing and hearing about people making their own glassine paper or printed vellum paper, things like that. And I've played around with several different techniques. And this design is from the new kit that just dropped in our Etsy shop. I don't know, just a couple of days ago. It's one of the Joy of Becoming editions. This one is Bloom Anyway, and so I printed this page on vellum, as you can see, and I love that it looks the same on both sides. I don't even know which side is up, really. I really don't. The thing with working with vellum that I have a love-hate relationship with, I love the way it looks. I love that it's somewhat see-through. See, you can see some things through it depending on what it is. Got this bookmark here, so you can kind of see a little bit through it, and I love that. I love that translucency. But the thing that working with vellum, you may have figured this out on your own, sometimes it curls. This was curled big time when I took it out of the printer. I was able to lay it flat and leave it alone for a little bit and let it dry, and then it did dry flat, and so far it stayed flat. But I know once I start cutting it and once I touch it with any sort of adhesive, it's probably going to curl again, which to me makes it a little more difficult to work with. Plus, sometimes I'm a bigger fan of glue, actually glue, like something like this, than I am of double-sided tape. I do use double-sided tape some, and I just use the cheap stuff that I get at the Dollar Tree. Looks like this. I'll almost use that whole one. But even at that, sometimes with clear glue and a narrow strip of double-sided tape, once it's glued down on something, you can see where it's glued, and then you're faced with either letting that show or covering it up. So I'm not a huge fan of vellum, although I do love the way it looks when you print on it. I have an inkjet printer. You don't have to have anything special. It's an Epson. It's 4 or 5 years old, so this worked fine. What I like better, that I have never done before, is printing on tracing paper. You don't get the double-sided like you do with the vellum. You can see it a little bit on the other side, but not much, so it's definitely one-sided. I did several of these. Not all of these came out of that same kit. Some of them came out of a different kit, but I think most of these. This one is actually a pink lemonade paper. That one came out of the same kit. This one came out. But look how luscious this is. Tracing paper. Thin tracing paper. So it's somewhat translucent. You can see a little bit of what's behind there, but the feel is wonderful. The sound is wonderful. And these would make precious pockets or little bags to stick down in Happy Mail or junk journals, things like that. So I just wanted to share that with you. If you've never tried printing on tracing paper, give it a shot. You may like it. This is the cheap pack of tracing paper. I'm not sure where this came from. I think it came from the Dollar Tree. I'm not sure. Maybe Dollar General. I don't know. But it's lightweight. It is smooth. But it's 9 by 12, so my printer, I can print 9 to 12 in my printer, but it takes changing a bunch of settings, and I never seem to remember to change them back after I do that. So I just trim it. I just trim it to be 8.5 by 11 and run it through there. Now, I will tell you, in my printer, and I'm hearing from other people that they experience similar situations. I can only put one sheet in there at a time. If I try to layer multiple sheets in there, it tries to pull them all out at one time. So I have a little stack of regular copy paper in there. I put one piece of tracing paper in there. I print what I want to print on it. Then I put another sheet in there, print what I want to print on that, and have zero problems whatsoever. It does come out a little damp, so you do want to make sure that you're not printing and leaving it, or if you are leaving it, that it's going to stay there on the little slide out paper tray. I try to stay near my printer, so when it comes out and it's on the paper tray, I pick it up and put it to the side so I can go ahead and print another one without messing that one up. So just something to think about. There's tons of things we can do with these. You will see me use some of these in a future project, I'm sure. You'll probably see me use this vellum one too. I'm certainly not going to throw it away. It's just not my favorite. I like these tracing paper ones so much better. I hope you enjoyed hearing about this new technique, and I hope you enjoy trying your own.